Alright, so it seemed that my recording stopped, but I just ran into this little cave in this region. And we're just gonna keep going. So, just gonna pull a few torches because I don't have any left. Going to eat and drink, and I'll have to drop a little bit of gear. Alright, probably drop that one, drop that one, seems good. Seem to be walking really slowly inside like this. I don't know. Now just due to the level of my encumbrance, the amount of stuff that I'm carrying with me, I'm quite reluctant to do any kind of hunting on the way, wolves, rabbits, anything like that. Just want to drop a little bit of the resources at the garage, or just really anywhere in Coastal Highway region. Alright, I gotta get inside. My temperature's looking fine, and my fatigue's looking great. Doesn't really seem to be anything in here that I should take desperately. Or anything I should leave behind, for that matter. It's very heavy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make some slightly difficult decisions in choosing some gear to leave behind. It's just frankly too heavy to carry all of it at once. Like I feel that at the moment I have everything I need, but I basically have no excess reserve, lack of carry weight to deal with, you know, opportunities or anything like that which present themselves. Yeah, because my carry weight's basically maxed out at the moment, like with a full set of the tools I need. Like I don't even have a hammer. Hammer belongs to the forge, in my view. So I'm going to drop definitely the stuff to make arrows with. You know, I'll keep maybe, I don't know the right number of arrows to take. 6, 8, something like that. Alright, now my goal is to make it all the way back to the to the garage before stopping. I will stop off to get my, slight detour, I guess, to get my pot that I had to leave behind when I was attacked by the bear. So that'll still be there. It also does mean, it's sort of like a warning that the bear could still be around. Which of course it could be. Ooh, a aurora. An aurora, I should say. I may just follow the same technique that I, like for bows, that I have been using for the tools and that type of stuff, which is just to sort of carry the best one and drop the others off at the sort of earliest convenience.
Place to escape this cold.
That's just a deer. Don't have quite enough carry weight to be picking up any sticks. Plus, I wanna take the cooking pot. I could run. It does actually seem reasonable to run. Spend a little less time outdoors in the cold.
Freezing.
Be a little bit careful of the bear. I mean, this is a really easy region to shoot the bear in though. Because you can just sort of kite it into one of the fishing huts. Just sort of, not literally bait it, but sort of lead it over towards the hut. Alright, he's over there. Reishi's excellent calories. Though I feel it's not the right time for me to collect them, even if I know for sure that I eventually will. Is that anything? Not bad.
I need to drop something.
I feel this wouldn't be the worst time to go to the fishing hut actually. Like, I wouldn't be able to take a lot of the resources with me, but I do have fuel. I have a pot to cook food with. Got a bedroll. I'm gonna go check out the hut. Unfortunately having to walk into the wind, which is making this terribly, terribly slow. fuck is that wolf running for? Hopefully the decoy works. Delays it at least a bit. Seems to be. Yep. That seems like a fine bargain. They're glitching out a bit. I want to get in here before I lose the torch. Little particle. Let's see. Now I can actually sleep for 2 hours at a time with the cooking pod. And it's just as well because these things only have one cooking slot up the top.
Well, thank goodness for that.
Yeah, so you can go for an hour and a half. Right. A liter and a half, I mean. Oh. So if I go 2, then that's going to take more than 2 hours to boil dry. So a little bit inefficient, but it's not the worst. Ah, meant to do 2 hours though. I gotta have some unsafe water. Oh. I'll do a little bit of fishing. Get some lantern fuel. That's definitely a good resource.
Too much stuff to carry.
Now of course I'm going to have to drop a fair bit of water off here. That certainly is no big deal. I probably won't even get the full 2 hours. The downside of sleeping like this is you don't recover a lot of health. Alright, so I know my pry bar isn't very high condition, but I'm confident I'll be able, that I will find another one before too long. In my experience, you end up with quite a lot of them. Right. So I'm going to put my high condition fishing tackles in here, and I don't really care which one of these break, if any do.
I can barely walk with this much gear. Looks like I made it through another night.
I'm honestly just going to stay. Keep going, just an hour of fishing at a time. I should be doing the salmon actually rather than the water.
This gear's starting to slow me down.
Just full 10.
Wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
I think I'm just going to go back to doing like this. So I can get the full hour. This is pretty chill. Getting a bit of fuel, a bit of lantern fuel, I should say, not cooking fuel. Going through a fair bit of sort of fire fuel. Right, and after this one, that'll have to be it.
Feels like a lot of gear.
Put that on there. We'll at least get some unsafe water.
I'll die if I don't drink something soon.
Lot of water. I feel I don't need to be that worried about leaving some food here.
All this gear is slowing me down.
Be behind. Bit of that. Seems good. Now I'm kind of just going to chill in this region for a bit. I think I'll be mostly set up in the garage because that's where the workbench is. It's got really good storage and that type of stuff. Plus it lets me keep an eye on the moose spawn, which is just nearby. There's a few wolves around, which isn't the worst thing at the moment because I wouldn't mind shooting one basically. Though I'd very much prefer to shoot one where I can put a fire, which is not. Oh, it is out here. What the hell? Let's go. That was a really bad shot, but good enough apparently. Yeah, so does I guess where I'm going to be based out of for the next little bit. I think I searched in here already. I'll just double check before popping the hood just to confirm. You actually can't do that one, that's a bit odd. That one either. Oh well. Okay. What belongs in here? Do this. Something like that. Right, total of 10 of those, that seems good. Do something like that. Alright, I'll put the kind of crap fuels in the bottom. Don't really have a lot of other fuel, I guess. Oh, there's a little bit more fuel here. I mean, that's not really fuel, I don't really treat it as fuel. My second stim in there. See, while I'm still kind of waiting, or still looking for, I suppose, not waiting. While I'm still waiting for the to find a magnifying glass, I really want to make maximum use of all the fires that I have to light. So I feel, yeah, in some sense, obligated to do stuff like this. Even if just to cook and make water and use up all my fuel in doing so, just to really extend out the sort of extract the maximum use out of each fire lighter.
Getting dark out here. Time to look for shelter.
Just realized I left my good fishing tackle in the place. I should have. I forgot to swap them out. Like, I should leave the fishing tackle that actually is for fishing up there, and take the ones for sewing back with me. Well, a bear. Do I shoot it? I think I do. And then take refuge in a car. I'm gonna take my chance at a long shot at it. I got the bear. It ran away. So I once again have to go on a little bit of a quest to find it. It's nothing I really need to repair. That's only going to give me, a tiny bit. And I don't feel like I have masses of cloth to spare. Well, that wasn't my intention, but that's okay. Right, so I suppose what I'm going to do in the morning is head that way and find the bear. Because the bear coat is, it's also got an arrow in it, so finding a bear coat with an arrow in, valuable, worth worth finding. Definitely more than the wolf and the bear. Although, sorry, the wolf and the deer, which I came past. It's a shame how how small an amount of lentil you get from each fish. I guess it's just a balance thing, though, of course. He's back. I'm gonna get into this car as soon as I have to. Shouldn't have put the hood of it down though. I can see its breath. Right there. It's walking away. I'm gonna sleep an hour, and maybe that'll be enough for it to die. It'll be enough for me to get, you know. Well, that's it up there. Shoot this wolf right outside my door. I like the last known location for the bears. Pretty good, you know, like I know it's over that way. Not seeing anything now though. I don't want to get too far from the door. Can't tell if that's it. I can see that. I don't think it is. But anyway, we'll sort it over there. Alright, so it's not enough for the proper sleep time. I don't have too much fatigue. You know, like my fatigue bar is too full to get full 10 hours. When I wake up, it should at least be dark, or at least be light. Okay, now that window is just, it should be right here. Alright, so I'm gonna find the bear. See what kind of light we have. noteworthy. Take a little bit of damage here.
Too cold to think.
Don't know if it'll let me sleep. No, it won't. Well, maybe I can navigate just by using that as a reference. I can drop that there. I'd love to find like a container outside to put the food in. Actually, no, I don't. Or maybe I. Oh no. I don't know for sure, but I think that's from the wolf, those crows. Alright. Bear's definitely dead now, it's just a matter of finding it. It always seems to be the problem with shooting bears, is that they run away. Very rarely do they die in a convenient location. And even moose, you know, like they don't run away and bleed out somewhere. You know, they just drop where you shoot them. You know, it might take 5 shots, but they don't go very far. Yeah, I'll head back over that way.
My fingers feel numb.
These ones are probably just the wolf and the deer from before. Yeah.
Never felt so cold in my life.
You can go into the house and do something useful, I guess. Maybe cloth from the curtains. I mean, yeah. The chairs honestly do sound like a better option at the moment, because I'm gonna need fuel. I do have to harvest up a bear.
I might have to drop some gear.
Check it didn't die out on the ice somewhere. That thing's still alive. Just a wolf. Now, unfortunately, bears do range quite far. I think that this bear spawns up there. So I'll head more that direction. I am going to harvest out these wolves completely though, because I don't mind if they respawn. Plus it makes these signals I'm getting from the crows a little bit more understandable.
So cold.
Yeah, so I'll just drop this stuff off inside. I'll sort out my inventory properly. I do have a little more cloth than I thought I did, so maybe I could be a little bit more liberal here. I don't, unless I have repair kits in here now, or sewing kits. Take, I don't know, a couple of them. Put my house fishing tackle in there. So even if I wanted to repair it, I'm not really in a spot to do it. I'll just sleep an hour, I guess. Alright, plenty of fuel. I will likely need it. I think I'm going to put the food and water in this one. Well, just water, I guess. I'm going to drop the food outside to 44. That's pretty good. Yeah, I'll drop the food outside and then head out to where that, like the bear spawns. Just realized if I have a pot, I don't need to carry 2 cans. Yeah, I thought it might be more convenient to put my excess food in containers, but it really won't be. Because if something, like if a, food, like anything that can't be scrapped, like you've seen with the sewing kits, if they're at 0% durability and you put them in a container, they just disappear. Which is fine for the sewing kit because they're useless, but for the other things, you don't want them to disappear, namely food. Because even if it's 0% durability, you can still eat it if you want to. Higher risk of food poisoning. But, yeah, that's a risk you can take if you want to. Stuff like clothing, if it's ruined though, doesn't disappear because you could still scrap it. I suppose I just think that the rule ought to be changed, or the mechanic ought to be changed so that food also doesn't disappear, same as the clothes. Alright, I was right, there's the bear. Not too far away from a trailer as well, which is nice. So I can potentially do this without a fire. Got my arrow back, very happy about that.
Cold is making my head feel thick.
32 minutes, take 10 percentage points or so damage, and I'm just going to run back and forth to this cabin. This little trailer here. I've got the most important resource of it, which is the hide, but don't get me wrong, the meat's also very good. unfortunately there's stuff for me to break down in here as well. Jeans. I mean, I'm not complaining. 15%. Do I want to keep them? They aren't in. Like, I do have an inside layer of jeans, so no, I'm not going to bother spending resources to save the jeans. Although I'm not going to just immediately break them down. Okay. Yeah, so at the moment I'm pretty much just waiting for my waiting to warm up a bit, basically. Lots of this stuff to break down. There's a pillow under there. That's an okay find. Well, I mean, that doesn't make any sense, does it? There's really no circumstance where I'd want to take all of the like where I'd want to leave behind the reclaimed wood and take the sticks. This is a perfect situation where having magnifying glass would be great. Like, I've got the fuel I need.
We're gonna need to eat soon.
Got a good reason. But yeah, no. So I'm just gonna harvest as much of this as I can while I've got temperature for it.
Something's gotta go. Can't feel my hands.
I think it's the right move to break that down by hand. Waste a little bit of time inside, but that'll save the hatchet. I'm gonna drop the food out here. My mistake there. I should have separated the full and partial kilos. I don't see a big reason why I wouldn't be able to do this sort of all through the night. I might just run out of my own food to eat while I'm here. So I may have to just make a fire anyway, right? That's the answer.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
We'll see how I go. Do as much of it as I can without like without starting a fire. Then I can just ferry this back down.
Can't feel my feet.
And the garage, I guess, or honestly just leave it here and mark it. Spray paint. I have some. Can't remember if I got rid of it or not.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Some kilos go there. Partial kilo there. And I am indeed going to have to go grab more food. I don't have enough. Like to make it through the whole night up here. I'm going to sleep for an hour. That should get me most of my temperature back. I'm going to take as much resources as I can from here, with the food being the low priority. Which I suppose in this instance means taking perhaps no food at all. And I have to leave behind a stick. My god, this visibility is just terrible. I'm not taking the hide with me because it's just as well that I leave it there. Versus if I take it, the fuel is better off down here though. I don't have the carry weight to be picking up any more sticks on this little trip, unfortunately. But I will harvest out this wolf that's on just this side here.
I need a horse.
At this stage, getting the hides of all of the animals around here is priority, so I'll check the wolf and the deer over that way. But I'm not going to have this wolf respawn immediately, I think.
I need to drop something.
Other things to do. Alright. I'm confused as to the direction I was facing. Okay, so that means I can drop how many of these? 7, 8, 9, 10? That many? Actually, I did take the thing with me. I mean, I stand by my assessment that I didn't need to take it, but I actually did take it. Alright, so these hold 10 kilos. So I guess I'll do something like this. I'll carry that much. Yeah, for water I'm doing fine. And I'd get the hides off of these. Fortunately, they are both still there. we're at 55 minutes recording time. So I'm probably going to call this episode soon. Alright. So you can do quite a lot of this without, without a file.
I need to find some place to escape this cold.
And I think it's the right decision for me to try and do that at the moment. Once I harvest all the hides from these things, I will...
So cold. Just want to lay down for a bit.
I'll see if I can get the magnifying glass. I'll check all the fishing huts to see if I can get a magnifying glass. Now that bedroll is honestly just laziness. Can't be bothered finding the actual bed. I'd be better off if I did find a bed, but it's not really necessary, and with that I'm going to call the episode. See you in the next one.